shit, yo, come here. Come, man, come bring your ass here. You got that fine ass girlfriend, boyfriend, husband, whoever, but they got that one thing that you don't like. They don't know you don't like it, but you can't fucking stand it. That's what it's like having a Leica M11 Monochrome. Let's talk about it. Shh.
Wait, what does you do?
I'm freelance photographer.
Groovy. What do you shoot?
Mainly people.
Like portraits?
Yeah. Yeah, I like portraits.
So, let's talk a little bit of shit. Yo, let's talk a little bit of shit. Yeah, now talk that shit, now roll. Nah, let me quit, man. So we're gonna talk about the M11 Monochrome. Who is this camera for? Who ain't it for? The good, the bad, the ugly. You know what I mean? Because every camera system, no matter what you get, how you use it, when you use it, if you use it, it's gonna give you some problems. Period. It's gonna lock up. It's gonna do some weird shit. This camera is notorious for locking up every once in a while. And for what I could understand, it's because they tried to pack so much technology in such a small package that microchips and technology has to be crammed in there, and it ain't 100% the best or the most reliable in some situations. But when it do work, Lord, when it do work, there's nothing that can beat it. That's why a lot of people that love Leica. Even though we will deal with the lockups, you having to drop the battery, pop it back in. But if you learn how to do it and learn when to recognize when it's about to happen, you learn how to hit that little switch at the bottom, tap the battery, get it to fall out, and then pop it back in there. Client never know. Client never know you missed a beat. You don't even skip a beat when you get used to it, right? But some people be like, bro, you paid that much money for a camera, you got to deal with that. So this camera right here, this mother right here, this that camera that's like that annoying, I ain't gonna say annoying, that hot ass girlfriend you may have, or boyfriend. You love it, but you like, man, if you could just fix that one little thing about you, man. But they don't. But you deal with it, right? You learn to deal with it because you like all the other qualities. You dig? Like, you like all the other shit that come with that package of that one little thing. She keep chewing with her damn mouth open. You know what I mean? Or, you know, whatever that little thing is. This is what this camera system reminds me of. You put up with all the bullshit because of the good shit. And trust me, with all the glitz and glamour and the fortune and fame that people think you may have when you own one of these systems, and when they see the red dot, luckily, the M11 Monochrome does not have that red dot. They purposely omitted it so it's a little bit more stealthy, even though I just went and done some shit and put the red soft shutter release button on there, which is like, you may as well put the red dot back right here because, fool, people gonna see that and it's gonna draw extra attention to yourself. But anyway. It's a love. I kind of hate you. I hate you right now type of camera system, because you will miss a moment every once in a while because it's gonna lock up and freeze on you. But once you learn how to drop that battery, pop it back on in there, and get back to shooting, man, you good. But you gotta deal with it. You gotta deal with it. It's like having, once again, it's like having that annoying ass girlfriend or spouse that just chew with their mouth open, snore, got that morning breath that's like, ooh, hoo, wee. You know what I mean? But everything else is flawless. And that's what this camera system is. So who is it for? It's for somebody, one, with some patience, that's gonna understand the fact that it's gonna do what it do on you. It's gonna do classic Leica shit to you. Each one of these, other than the M6, gonna have a little bit of a, man, did you really have to, like, right now? You know what I mean? But the way they are set up and designed, the ergonomics, how user-friendly they are, so you don't have to go in these menus to be fumbling around and the client looking at you like, man, if you don't bring your mother, how long you want me to hold this pose and you over here fucking around with your menu? You don't have to worry about that, man. You don't have to worry about that. And what you also don't have to worry about on this here channel is me digging into menus and getting into all the specs and what this lens do, the coating, the this, the that. I know what this camera does for me. It got 3 dials on it. Come here, let me show you. You got the shutter button, you got the shutter speed, you got your ISO dial, you got your aperture ring and focus ring right here. So it's out of the way. You got your shutter, you got your shutter speed, then you got your ISO dial. The ISO dial on the Q2 is a push button function that I put on there, or I customize the button so I can do it without having to go in the menus. But everything else for the M11s, two M11 systems, everything is right on top. You ain't gotta be reaching and looking and flipping over looking at menus. It's a shooter's camera. It's a shooter's camera. It's not a techie's camera. There's no video function on either one of these. This has video, but the internal microphone is garbage, so I don't even use that. I got the DJI Pocket 3 for that. I don't need video. I don't need these to do video, right? I need that to do video, and it's doing it perfectly fine for what I need. But the system gets out of your way. It just does. But it's for that shooter. It's for the person that's meticulous. They walk around slow, methodical. They see a moment, they snap a moment, and they just keep on grooving, man. Right? They out there songing and dancing. In a portrait shoot, it's for, once again, that slow, methodical, turn your shoulders, high shoulder, low shoulder, and give me them eyes. All right, now next, I want you to throw a little hand right here, look at me, and let's, you know what I mean? And you good, right? You just need that slow, because this is a very slow, methodical camera. It's the rangefinder. If you're familiar with a rangefinder system, you got two images. You got what you can see, and then you got another image that's kind of sliding in and out. And once you get them matched up, your frame is in focus, take your frame. Now, if you in the streets with it, you're doing street photography, your best bet, because that rangefinder system isn't the fastest when you're moving and grooving, because you got to find a lot of contrast in the optical viewfinder. You got to line up a lot of contrast. So you got to learn how to zone focus, which means zone focus is basically saying from 5 feet to infinity is in focus. So anything within 5 feet to infinity is in focus, and all you doing is raising the camera and catching moments, right? So it's just an experience. You're not fast. And if y'all ever watch Joel Meyerowitz, man, I really encourage y'all to watch him and listen to him talk about his process and what's going on in his head when he's producing images, because that dude, he's so fluid and elegant with his words and the way he just be moving, and yeah, when you're out on the streets and you're catching moments and the serendipitous and the light and the that dude put you to sleep feeling like he just spitting some poems to you, man. But I really feel it. I really feel it when you pick this system up. But it does have its things. The image quality that comes out of it is second to none. A lot of, once you get your settings right in camera, you can go in and kind of deal with some settings as far as high contrast, low contrast, highlights, shadows, noise, all those things. Once you get all that locked in, you can cut your workflow in half, right? Because you almost get it right in camera. So when people say, oh, just get it right in camera, that's what they're talking about. Outside the composition, once you get it right in camera as far as how you want the image to look, then it's all about setting up your composition. Speak, boy. Once you get that set up, then you can worry about your composition, your story that you want to tell with your images or whatever the case may be, because the rest is already handled internally. So I hate transitioning from this to this. And let me tell you why. It's internal. This takes a memory card, right? Those little things that we sometimes as photographers say, oh shit, I left it at home, or oh shit, I left it plugged into my iPad or your MacBook or whatever you're using. Yeah, I've done it. This has a fail-safe. You can leave your memory card at home because it has 2 terabytes or a terabyte worth of memory internal. So you can shoot everything on the internal memory. Now, of course, you're going to have those people that say, what happened to the internal memory? What would happen if the moon fall on your head, right? So, yes, of course, you need to have a backup to the backup, right? So there are some people that will shoot it, and it has a function where you can have it primarily, all the images going to the internal, and once you get it there, or you can have it internal with the backup to the SD, so you now have images on both storages. You can pull the SD card out and have the same images on the SD card as you do on the internal memory. To me, that was too much going on. So I just rely on the fact that if I paid this much money, I'm hoping you don't fail on me, right? Yeah, we have a talk just like this every time. Yeah, don't fail on me. Yeah, let's go. So that's the M11 Monochrome, man. Shutter speed, ISO, focus. That's it. So when I'm out shooting, I know this camera is not going to get in my way. It's not. I know my sweaty ass forehead likes to hit that back screen button, which causes a lot of times a delay when I shoot, but that can also be turned off. I can turn that complete live view off. That way my forehead ain't hitting the screen. I don't accidentally press it with a thumb or anything that's rubbing up against my clothes or something like that, and it do something it ain't supposed to do. You can completely turn that off, right? So this camera is very simple. It does a lot without looking like a lot, and it costs a lot, right? But it's a camera that you can use, take it with you. It's unassuming. And I had a conversation and a debate with somebody 2-3 days ago in a Facebook group where they asked, what's your favorite lens for street? And it shocked me. It shocked me. It shocked me the amount of people that were in the comments talking about telephoto lenses. 18 to 200s, 18 to 75, what all them telephoto lenses are. It shocked me that not a lot of people were even replying about prime lenses. Prime lenses, right? Like this camera, and I told the person in the comments, like, you probably get approached a lot, don't you? People mad that you took their photo. And people looking at you weird because you're taking a photo from across the street of a scene because you know you can zoom in without having to get closer, because you don't want that. You don't want that tension. You want to safely sit across the street and try to capture moments when, to me, Stu, Grumpy Vet Photography, that is not, to me, the way street photography was intended. It's intended for you to get in there. Get in there. Yeah, get in there. But anyway, get in there. Smell the subject. Talk to the subject. Have a conversation. Because for me, if I'm sitting across the street and I see you sitting over there with a telephoto lens, zooming and going on, snapping and dropping, I'm going to come have a conversation with you because you look like the feds, right? So to me, I feel like you need to get in there. And this little bitty thing right here is gonna let you get in there because it's unassuming. The red logo for Leica, taking off that signature red logo. And when I do hit the streets, a lot of times I take this red shutter release button off because I don't want nothing sticking out looking professional, especially down there in the area where I like to roam with the folks that have been thrown away, cast away, drug addicts, prostitution, theft, crime, urine and feces infested alleys. It's like, I don't want something sticking out. I don't even go down here with the Voigtlander because it's shiny, right? Even though that's the 35, when I do sneak down there, you know, you got to be able to do it a certain way for folks not to really fuck with you that much, right? But if you've been doing street long enough, you know people are going to ask you what you're doing. But people ask less when you have less. I don't wear my hair up, drawing all my attention. I damn sure don't wear no hat. I may go down there. Sorry, Mashika. Just like this, looking like one of them. I go down there just like this, looking like one of them. I may tie my hair up and out of my face, so it's not dropping into my face and behind my eyepiece and everything else. But I want to make sure that I look like one of them as much as possible. Or I don't look like one of them to the point where they're like, okay, he don't look like us, but he don't look like one of them feds or one of them cops trying to come down here snooping and pooping. Because they'll do drugs right in front of you. Point right here. Look, see? They'll do it right in front of you if they feel comfortable. You think if I walk down there with a Canon R6 with a big old ass 85 or 70 to 200 lens or something like that, or 18 to 24 lens, that they would feel comfortable doing that? No, they wouldn't. They tell me they'll run my ass up out of there. So you gotta fit the bill. And this Leica M11 Monochrome, it's subdued enough that I can get in and out of there. I wrap it around my wrist and I'm just walking. And when I see something, I snap. You know, you gotta learn how to zone focus, which is easy to do with a manual lens. It takes a little bit of repetitions and reps and time out. I learned how to do it here in the house. Guesstimate what a distance is or something, set my focus ring and my distance meter, and I'm good. You know what I mean? Like, this camera is the shit. I see why so many people love it, but I also can see why so many people don't like it, right? And even the Leica enthusiasts will tell you, like, I don't like dealing with the lock up and freezes every once in a while. But when you learn how to use it, a lot of times you can get rid of a lot of that headache. They've dropped some updates that have helped with that, but it ain't gonna always be. It's not a perfect system. Don't think that this is perfection. It's not. It's precision, but it's not perfection. Peace, blah, gone.